Alright, let's go. Into the match, guys. We have Bleed Blue versus KeegsMate. The matchup of the century, grand finals here. Keegs was able to defeat Donnie Ray in the semis, and Bleed was able to defeat Superior on his side. Now this is quite an interesting matchup here. I don't know what just happened, but I think Keegs got the best of this matchup for sure here. Definitely outpicked yet again was Keegs' opponent. So, you know, Keegs has been picking really well this tournament. At least that's the way I feel in this particular matchup. Well, I'm not sure on my tier list which one I have higher, actually. These are both gods that that you don't get to see played too much. Okay, yeah, Nshadow is quite higher on the tier list than Awilix. And I would say the reason for that is that Nshadow can really transition better. This is weird for Bleed. Did he get it? He did. Okay, so really nice for him. Oh, turns the corner and decides to fight Keegs and does pick up the red buff. Now, Keegs, or Bleed rather, actually really has to maximize his early game damage here in order to win. And it looks like he's going to be able to pick up the first blood here. Maybe? Does he pick up the 2? He does. Very nicely played. Keegs, what I take issue with that he did here was he picked up the blue stone pot. And Awilix is like the ultimate early game god. Having that knowledge in mind, he needed to recognize that Bleed's early burst was too strong for him to be able to just take in a 1v1 scenario. So either with that pod, he needed to play it safer, or he needed to go a throwing dagger. Throwing dagger start on Nshadow is both safe and very effective, because once he gets the golden bow online, gives him a little bit more movement speed so he can confirm his sashes easier and his ultimates, and it gives him a tremendous amount of clear and early burst because of that power on it. The power spike once you finish the golden bow is phenomenal. So, the Bed of Chaos, god damn it, I read Couch of Chaos, that must be an inside joke, Diesel. Bed of Chaos looking real good right now versus Bilge Esports. It might be Bilge, I'm really not sure, but I'm calling it Bilge. Alright, so, Bleed though, really amazing start, did exactly what he needed to do, and Keegs started a blink and just used it for no reason in the middle of the lane there to start the game off. Like I said, very over-aggressive, and a little bit of a, of a start that did not respect the early game of his opponent. So very strange to see it, and I'd like to see what happens as this game goes on further. Now, like I said, on paper here, Nshadow definitely has a better opportunity against most gods than Awilix, and I like the pick on Keegs' side, and I think it's a winning pick. I just think that he's not playing it to its strength right now by giving so much room to Bleed to snowball. So he's got to be really careful. Like, once again, he's engaging Bleed on the wave here. He's probably going to look to ult, and it doesn't matter. Ooh, ults to disengage. Bleed's got to be really careful here. Is he going to take himself out? He does. So that's actually a little awkward for him. I think he still gets the better of that because he got the wave. You know, his pot went down, but Keegs' pot was already down as well. I'd say, I mean, he still would have had about a minute left on his pot, so maybe a little awkward. Did not expend his ultimate, though, is the one good thing there. Did expend his beads, but altogether a little awkward. Don't think it was necessary. Ultimate not available for Keegs. The problem with this matchup, for the most part, for Bleed, is that it's not going to, he's never going to have an ultimate available, right? He's never, other than the passive that the ultimate gives, which is quite strong, he's never going to be able to actually utilize his ultimate. Oh my god, so close. Keegs is looking for an ultimate. He doesn't have, no, he's not looking for an ultimate. He's just looking for death right now. Has nothing available. His only option there was to re-aggress and hope for like a crit or something off of his 2, but not going to happen. Bleed is going to continue to snowball out of control on this one. Once again, like I said, Keegs just not respecting this early game Awilix. Maybe he's just thinking, you know, I got this in the bag. This is a winning matchup for me. She can't even ult me because I don't have a jump for an escape or anything. Instead, my escape is a straight line dash. And it is, you know, and I can outbox her by just, you know, outbursting her come mid to late game. But like I said, in this early game, this is where Awilix shines, and this is where he needs to really show a lot of caution when engaging her. So Bleed playing it correctly, and Keegs not right now. So we got to see how this goes on forward. And Keegs does pick up the golden bow after all, and I like his option to pick it here because it's definitely. Oh, he's gonna ult him here. There it goes. Very nicely done. Ultimate comes out right after the sash, so that even if Bleed did try to. Do you see that damage? Bleed is going in right now. Does not find the kill yet. Is Jukes. Ooh, Jukes on the side of Keegs were really nice there, but Bleed really able to utilize that that strength of Awilix and take out Keegs one more time under the tower, man. Jesus, her early game is just so strong. And like I said, a lot of people will probably say, like, how can you value Nshadow over this, like, this strong of a character? But this is really her only strength. It's just this early game aggression. So, and she does transition pretty decently. Oh no, the blink was so cute. The beads might not be worth it. It was, though, actually. Sash was already used. So very, very nice job from Bleed to get out of dodge there. Wow, really heads-up play. You got to give it to Bleed, man. I underestimate Bleed all the fucking time because he's like, in my eyes, Bleed, he usually, like, he'll do whatever it takes to win, and he finds a lot of, like, you know, kind of Ming Lee ways to win. I always call it Ming Lee when people, you know, use the best option and only the best option in all circumstances, like, you know, by picking the most OP god and things like that. Why did it just show him where Keegs was on the map? That was very weird. And, you know, like, by backdooring, things like that is what I mean. So that's, ooh, misses the ring toss. That's going to put Keegs in a rough position. Bleed going to be able to push it further. But sometimes I forget about the natural skill of Bleed. He is such a strong player mechanically. And, oh, that beads was not available? No, not available for Bleed. That's right. And very cleverly placed ultimate from Keegs. Sorry, my cast is like a little awkward here. I'm like hungry as fuck, dude. And this is final, so we were like, you know, we've been in it for a little while. Ooh, that was a really, really nice response from Keegs. Let's talk about the itemization real quick. Oh, wait, hold up, hold up. Is Keegs gonna go down here? Has no ultimate available. Bleed's got his ult, but what does that ultimate do for him? Pretty much nothing. Surprised Bleed didn't get on his fucking thingy there earlier. Alright, there it is. There it is. Keegs very smart to get back to the wave and clear it up before he died. But Bleed up 5-1 right here. The only thing in Keegs' favor is this late game, and I gotta say he's not getting himself giving himself enough room to transition into it right now. So we gotta see what he does. Now I find Bleed's build extremely interesting. Who the fuck rushes Nemean Lion when you're this far ahead? It's a completely different strategy than the usual, which would be to rush Jotuns here and just try to burst the hell out of your opponent. Instead, Bleed recognizes that Nshadow is a pretty much one trick, one shot pony, and needs to get off the burst of that ultimate in order to kill his opponent. And he says, I'm just going to pick up a Nemean, outbox you with my natural early game to mid game strength, and just poop on you repeatedly without you being able to answer for it with your own ultimate. So my man, very, very smart to go straight into that Nemean there and then go into a Jotuns to now give himself the burst that he wants. Look at that damage, man. It is incredible. And I love the aggression time and time again from Bleed here. Oh, hits him with the 3, but it's never going to be a knockup because nobody lets themselves get knocked up by Awilix in Duel. It just doesn't happen, dude. That's why he doesn't have an ultimate outside of his passive, you know? But there you go. The passive is going to allow him to take a lot of this tower now, if not the whole thing. The attack speed boost and the power increase is quite strong right now. So very, very nicely done for Bleed. Yet again, just maximizing the potential of Awilix here. Could even go and take that blue buff, but Keegs does have ultimate. He wants to be a little bit wary of that and goes over for his own instead. Right, exactly. So the only way that Keegs could have stopped Bleed's snowball here was by countering it with the Nshadow ult, and by going into the Nemean here, he completely stopped that option. So Bleed is a real tactician, man. If anything, like I said, he finds the best option and he will abuse the hell out of it. A lot of people will be like, yo, second item defense so scummy, and like it is. Like, what the fuck? Who does that? But it's it's the best option, like, and he knows it. And it wouldn't be the best option in many other matchups, but it is here because Nshadow relies so heavily on the burst of that ultimate. So really, really nice. Yeah, okay, I said passive for the ultimate, I mean steroid, or, you know, it's like the, whatever. So, this is a little awkward from Bleed, though. He might be pushing his luck here, in my opinion. Is he going to Beads? Beads is now, and that's awkward, though. Who got it? Bilge Esports does. The ultimate is down, though. Bleed's going to be able to pick him up. So, was it at all worth for Keegs? No, actually. Did not turn out in his favor. He did stop Bleed from getting it, but he needed to survive there or hit his ultimate on Bleed. After that, Beads came out. The Nshadow needed to stick to the Awilix better and look for that confirmed ult. Instead, he tried to hit it from a little bit further away after Bleed had popped Sprint, and it was just a no-go from there. So Bleed, once again, extends his lead. And the only thing that Keegs was able to do there was prevent the Fire Giant from going Bleed's way. And I mean, that is significant because now Bleed can't take the Phoenix as easily as he would have been able to. Finally, a hit ultimate from Awilix. Like I said, not something you often see here, and it's actually not even going to translate into anything, though. Like, it's so sad, dude. I wish the ultimate was more relevant than it is in Duel. Yeah, with this kind of a lead, Awilix is certainly in favor, right? Because no matter how strong your god is in the early game, and Nshadow, like I said, it's not like he's the greatest late game god. Like, it doesn't matter if he has a slight matchup advantage. If you have this big of a lead, 6-1 are down 2.5k. There is no way you're coming back into this. I'm at 1.4 speed. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, what the fuck is happening? Someone help. I was at 1.4 that whole time? What the fuck? The game's glitching out, dude. I swear that I wasn't on 1.4. Could you guys tell? Was it slower than... I don't know. I don't know. We're not going to talk about it. We're not talking about it. So this is extremely strong play out of Bleed. And now an ultimate coming out from Keegs to escape there instead of to reinitiate. Because, like, what option does he really have? Ooh, that was cute and cheeky at the same time. So really, really nice play coming out from Keegs there. It looked like he was just conceding to Bleed, but instead he had his shit together and he just. Did anybody notice that it was on a lower? Like what? Did anybody notice? What the fuck, dude? Yeah, this is live. Yeah, I do all my tournaments live, and that's why they're so awkward, of course. And I meant a quarter. I didn't mean 1 point. God damn it, you guys. God damn it. Give me a break. Bull Demon respawning in about a minute. It's going to be a big point of contest from Bleed and Keegs, obviously, because if Bleed is able to get... Ooh, this is risky business from Bleed. There's no ultimate available from Nshadow, though, so I'm not sure... Ooh, he didn't want to ult that. He just... I think if he did, he honestly would have had a winning position there, but because there's no ultimate on the side of Keegs, but for some reason I think Bleed thinks that there is. Now he's just overstaying, and he might be allowing an opportunity for Keegs here. So a little bit of strange play coming out from Bleed, but oh my god, nicely answered for with that 3 after Keegs aggressed through the tower. So Bleed is going to look to stay here, but Keegs' ultimate is coming up, so this is going to be the danger. This could be the misplay of the century right here. If he gets ulted and he loses his tower, this will be awful for Bleed, and it'll be the absolute comeback potential that Keegs needs. So bullied off of his own wave while up so much, it was not the look that Bleed was going for there, and I gotta say it was just because of reluctance to back. He really needed to just get out of there, and instead he gives up his tower to Keegs, gives up a lot of pressure that could have been used on the Fire Giant. Bleed aggressing again very nicely. Gets the blink out of Keegs. Is going to want to aggress onto the Fire Giant here most likely, or ult for this Phoenix. The ult for the Phoenix will allow him to get maybe about half of it, but the ultimate from Bleed... Oh, for the ultimate from Keegs is what I meant, and it was fucking beautiful. The ring toss into it, very, very nice. I don't like that option for Bleed to throw himself into that Phoenix there. Really, really, like I said, just risky business because he wants to end the game before his snowball potential ends, and right now, man, that was the throw right there. That was, I need to win this right now, so I gotta put all my efforts into the into getting this Phoenix down before Nshadow comes further online, and baby, this is not good. Phoenix is going to be disabled, but the push potential is still not in Keegs' favor, so it's not too terrible for Bleed. He's still up a solid, let's see, 2 levels? Nearly 2 levels, and the red buff does go to him, so he's not, you know, he's not looking too bad here. Definitely not looking too bad. But Keegs fighting back very well, and like I said, that was a beautiful combination of his slow into the ultimate confirmed. Oof. So Bleed's build, I really, really love it. I love that he, like I said, rushed the Nemean. I love that he went into this Ickful to ensure that this auto attack damage for the boxing potential. Wow, that really went through. Another preemptive beads from Bleed. That these beads are not on point right now. You should not be beadsing when Keegs' ultimate is not up. And like, I don't know how he doesn't know the ultimate's not up when he just expended it. But Keegs a little too. Oh no, the Bleed, the ultimate, the. Yeah. So many things just happened there, and yet another flub from Bleed as he tries to counterplay, or not to counterplay, tries to aggress as hard as he can while Keegs counterplays beautifully. This is not looking good, my friends. Now Keegs has an opportunity to take this down. The bait was too strong with that Nshadow 2. Phoenix goes down, and now it's all about Nshadow right now. He has so much opportunity over Bleed, and this could easily go the way of Keegs. Damn, man. The Bleed. The Keegs. The dive. The kill. Yeah, like I said, man, this is Nshadow favor going forward. So Bleed's got to do his best to fight into a quite a struggle here. And with fire minions on Keegs' side, it's going to be all the more difficult for Bleed to fight him because his clear is not that strong against them. Golden Bow would even be helping him a little bit here, but obviously not in a great position to build it. Maybe he could consider changing the Frostbound, honestly, for that Golden Bow. But Frostbound, I guess, is a good option here. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. No, the ultimate is available there. So I want to point out, like, a big reason that Bleed has been losing these engagements lately. It's because Keegs has been forcing him to beads with these 3s each time, just scaring Bleed, and Bleed has been preemptively using it each time without without much sense employed. When the ultimate is not up, there's no reason to beads there. So very, very strange plays from Bleed, and it looks like nerves more than anything. He knows this game is slowly slipping out of his hands, and this is, when the major chokes start happening, when you know that you had a game in your clutches, and it's slowly slipping away, both because of matchup and because of your own misplays. So, man, it's such a tough battle to fight, because you're fighting both your mental struggle and you're fighting your opponent, who is on fire right now. Because Keegs is not going to let up right now, right? He's going to take every opportunity he can to keep bullying Bleed and use the fact that Bleed is not feeling himself in order to continue with his aggression. So does Keegs have Blink here? Yeah, it's available, but he's not going to aggress. He's going to go safely over to that red buff, because Bleed obviously right near as well right now. Unless he caught him with an ultimate there, he didn't have kill potential. I don't know, man. This Frostbound from Bleed, I really probably would have rather seen the Golden Bow, because once the opponent picks up your Phoenix and gets the fire minions, you really need to prioritize killing them, because otherwise they have so much counter aggression on you. Bleed with some nice plays here, but an ultimate failed from Keegs, so there's some potential. But look at the crit coming out from Keegs. This could be game. Bleed with the salty F6 here, man. You gotta feel for him. That is so rough when you outplay yourself so hard. Every single time that that Keegs got off his sash, Bleed just instantly beads towards the end there while there was no ultimate available. Keegs played it beautifully from behind, kept his head in the game as best he could, and really made use of all of Bleed's failed opportunities and flubs there. Every single time that that Bleed made a single misstep, Keegs took a mile off of it, right? And oh man, just such a rough thing to see go down from such a dominant performance from Bleed in the beginning. This man was on fire, and now going into game 2 with that kind of mentality, with that that F6 that was necessary there, and that that throw, like it's so crippling, dude. You gotta feel for the man. Really nice play from Keegs. We got to see how he plays in game 2 now. I have a feeling there's going to be a fire under this man, and he's going to be just burning through this next game. So let's see how it goes.